Yes, Mega Man Xtreme 2. The game, which is very short, but for some reason for me feels like it's never going to end. I'm not gonna have the highest point rating for this game by the end of things. It's kind of ironic. I know that in real life, Mega Man Powered Up went on for way fucking longer than this game, but I can't lie, I kinda rather be playing that. I'd also rather be playing Xtreme 1 again, which I have done. I love doing Xtreme 1 for really quick, just kind of like junk food Mega Man runs. It's just so satisfying to tear through the short stages in such short order, and also levy just like ludicrously strong charge attacks against just about everything, and then also send my dear partner Zero to hit everybody on the head for like 10 damage. It's really satisfying. This game is a little less. They tried to. I think some of the problems is just they like started to do not only all the control shit that I can't stop complaining about, but also like you start to realize that the game designers tried to take their hand at more original stage design, and well, they designed the stages only marginally better than they designed Zane and Emo from Xtreme 1, so that's not glowing praise. I mean, Blast Hornet stage was actually, I think, a pretty cool change of pace from the original, but a lot of the others are just kind of on the either lackluster, weird amounts of waiting. Here's a random right armor segment again that does nothing, that also really goes on for quite a while. Or another half-functional addition to the bike sections of all of the X games. There's this game kind of grates on me. It's really striking, honestly. I did not expect to be like, wow, I'd rather play like the Mega Man World games rather than this. Sure, this game has original stages, but even those stages expressly designed for a smaller screen still have a ton of blind jumps. That too. But I don't know. I guess with Mega Man Zero for, the next generation, or I guess concurrently being developed at the same time, I guess, also has the same exact issues, if not worse, because more things just kind of jump scare you there as they come on screen. Yeah, they did not know how to design for small screens. What's Sigma? Sigma Mavericks. Peak comedy, everybody. That's what we keep coming back to. I had a whole week, or at least a whole weekend, to tee up a joke for that exact question. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But mostly because, honestly, I mean, hey, last week was really fun with a lot of cool things back to back. Me talking about, like, my whole, you actually should do a PhD, even if it's a pain in the ass, and here's my experiences with college and grad school and all that stuff. And then followed up with, honestly, one of the choicest streams that I've done in a long time with the Mega Man OC drawing stream, which, again, thank you all for coming up. I combined showing up and coming to, and got coming up. I guess that's better than showing to. Thanks for showing up to that stream. I know it wasn't too much of an ask because it was still just Mega Man content, but I had such a ton of fun doing that and embarrassing myself for a while with bad drawings, and then coming up with, adequate drawings towards the end that people started to enjoy. And just hanging out with my friends for a while. So thanks for that. That was really cool. But yeah, even though last week was like full of choice streams, it was pretty exhausting. I spent all of Sunday just kind of lazing around, getting in all of the gaming and other stuff time that I did not do over the last week. I'll talk about it a bit more, but like I started playing a roguelike that's for free. It's an open source one on my computer. Again, and that was a lot of fun. We had there, and played again a little bit more Xtreme 1. I think I fucked around in Doom for a little while too, inching towards Alien Vendetta being complete before I'm like with Map 28. I'm like, okay, I'll pick this up later. I'm not feeling it right now, but yeah, good shit. At least Xtreme 2 doesn't grade you for your performance while still throwing a bunch of crap in to blindside you. Yeah, I mean, if you get easily rage baited or by the grading, then it's understandable. I mean, I do, and that's why whenever I play Mega Man Zero, I say I'm just gonna have a casual playthrough, and then within 2 stages, I'm like, but I could do S rank. I am good enough for it. All right, sweet. So, speaking of Extreme 2, it would be a good thing if we got to playing it, and that way we get out of the way. We can start playing other video games. As I did mention in the chat, I do plan on the next thing I want to stream being, partially due to Grim's insistence that I play it, but, you know, I guess it's also a, thing that everybody who's played Magmammal should probably do just to understand what the fuck is going on with, like, 2 or 3 of the references in that game. I should be playing Zook Hero Z next, the Xtreme Mega Man bootleg from Taiwan, which I have heard is competent on its own for a bootleg. That's the first game, so like should be pretty good. Maybe it should at least be interesting. And then after that, we'll get to DXtreme because, you know, it was well timed. Well, it was well timed, except for the fact that there's like at least 5 to 6 weeks of lead up time to me actually getting into the game because I had other games to play. And then after that, I have a smattering of other games to play. That game list includes Mega Man Sunrise, Starman for the game, the Starman Game Boy adaptation. I'm gonna play the original, not the updated version. Hard Hat Rebuild, so a recreation of that old fan game made by the original author. And then also, probably this one will be earlier in the list, Mega Man 3 Winter, hold on, what's the name of it again? I was just making the thumbnail for today, but I already forgot about it. Let me look at my to-do list here. Winter Night. Mega Man 3 Winter Night, which is apparently a Burst Chaser type hack, so that's gonna be interesting. I haven't played one of those in the past before, outside of like the brief sections in 4MI and, you know, Magmammal and stuff like that, so I think that'll be pretty cool. Alright, so, Extreme 2. We have Extreme mode. I went and unlocked that over the weekend. You know, I completed the original X campaign as Zero. So I kind of got familiar with what... Well, I did my best to actually not use the moves Zero got during that, just so that way I could have, you know, the YouTuber, oh my god, what is this reaction, while actually on stream today. But, yeah, I guess my plan with all of these stages is just that I'm going to pretty much try to, can I switch off the bat? I'm just curious. Oh, cool, I can. I would prefer to, fight Zero's version of the stage. What was I just saying? Did I plan to? Uh-oh. This is the first day this week I've actually... I'll talk about my sleep in a moment, but I'm a little tired today. Crash to do, whatever, blah, blah. Yeah, still missing the... Oh, that's why you were saying prompt colony advance. I see. And let's put that on. Where's the Crash Boys? There's the Crash Boys. Okay, now we're back to normal. Oh my god, what was I just saying? I literally just completely lost my train of thought. If you remember what I was just saying, please tell me. Burst Chaser, yeah, so Grim's got it there. There's basically, one of the old Rockman 2, hacks. One of the classics was, Burst Chaser. I think it was Rockman 2. That or it was 4. It was just, yeah, Mega Man's got extra movement, he's very, very fast, and, the platforming is made different as a result, and typically the just overall pace of the game is much greater. Played a little bit of Winter Night just so that way I could make the thumbnail for it, because I needed some high quality rips of background so that way I could assemble something, but there we go. Sigma balls. Indeed, welcome Super Nerd. We're sigmaing all over the place. Hey, you know what else is fun? This boss is severely allergic to getting stun locked. Like, this is way easier for Zero than it is for X to just stun lock this guy. I mean, it's also more prone to giving you a seizure, too, but I guess that's its main line of defense. I think I was talking about what I was doing, with this playthrough, purposely. So, because I completed the playthrough last using 0 on the profile that I did X's stream, or X's campaign on stream with, and I deliberately tried not to use the weapons or the techniques that 0 got from that, just so that way I could wouldn't spoil myself and I could have the YouTuber reaction. I'm going to do the 0 stages the stages that 0's campaign got primarily as X, and get the weapons that I didn't see for X from that. And then I'm going to do the stages that X got in his campaign primarily as 0, so that way I can see the techniques that 0 should be getting from that. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. And then I'll, just work with what I got there, react to both, and hope it's not shit, but it might be. And provided I actually do get the choice in the final stage, I'm going after Burkana, not Gareth. Burkana is pitifully easy, and Gareth is actually alive, so, something that to consider. Alright, what save file are we gonna overwrite? Let's overwrite this one. Actually, no, not this one, because it's broken. There we go. Okay, so, but given those conditions, I'm still happy to start anywhere. I know this will probably end up being a stream running a little bit long because of the whole, well, now I have to do 8 stages instead of just the, just the 4 plus the fortress stuff, but, Without you doing, the weapon you get from the bosses may prevent you from getting all of the items. I guess that's true. It's been too long for me to remember, I guess, what everything was. 'Cause I know, let's see. Wire Sponge and Ostrich are free, basically. I can do whatever with that. I guess I can't get... Unless, whatever X's Catfish weapon is, I may not be able to get Tunnel Rhinos. Yeah, it's alright. I'll just get as many items as possible. Two of Zero's armors will be unobtainable. Really? So just the shit that's in Blast Hornet stage and Tunnel Rhino stage is literally locked behind getting Wire Sponge's technique for 0? That's kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, there's a whole obvious electric guy right here. Why doesn't he work in this situation? Anyways, toss me a stage, guys, and we'll head over there. If not, I'll just choose probably Osprey to get him out of the way, because I fucking hate this stage still. No bike stage is a good stage, is a great stage. Okay. I'll give you first pick. Alright, let's go to Ostrich then. Let's get him done. Certainly his bike stage is less obnoxious maybe than X4's and X5's kind of nonsense, but at least those control better. These still have some weird kind of stiffness, like, oop, momentum lock if you're attacking. And it's like, jumps lock up sometimes. It's not my favorite. Also, the fucking random hitboxes on the bikes that I still don't quite understand. Nice. So, Mega Man. I guess one of the Mega Man things I did, in the last couple days, was, I actually tried out the Mega Man 3 randomizer that, is currently out there by... Grim can probably fill in what the person's name is or handle. But, I tried that out, and it's kind of fun. It's definitely more of like a kind of, you do this because you want to see chaos happening, and you can tune things to like make it so that way maybe there aren't random enemies appearing in place of other enemies, making your life miserable. I really thought I could make that. But at the same time, like, if something gives you the opportunity for chaos, then you bet your ass I probably am going to take that opportunity for chaos. Yeah, it's been fun. I did 2 runs of it. I had interesting situations where I got to meet Cringe Man. It was a stand-in for Magnet Man. Or was, you know, Magnet Man's ROM-hacked counterpart. He did all sorts of shit, like jumping so high that he actually just kind of hops between the walls in a middle platform while being in the Snake Man layout. And he basically becomes, maybe not untouchable, but pretty fucking hard to keep tagging him. It was pretty good. And then I also had a seed where I got Metal Blade for as a replacement for Shadow Blade. It was awesome. Make this jump. Ooh, okay, barely made that one. I was struggling to do that when I was doing Zero's playthrough. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I was scared for a second because I forgot. Oh wait, yeah, I can just switch characters. But that's kind of dumb. I feel like they should have just made it so that way you can just collect whatever capsule. Especially considering it changes color to whatever guy you're playing. But, yeah. Genius Star 54. There you go. But yeah, it's a pretty good time overall. I might do occasional few more runs of it. Maybe I'll do one on stream at some point if I'm bored, but otherwise it's like, you know, it's... I wish it wasn't Mega Man 3, so that way you got to experiment with more interesting weapons getting fucked up and given random stats, but, you know, if given just this opportunity, sure, I'll take Mega Man 3 and Needle Cannon having, like, weird directions, or not really directions, but, like, heights that it alternates between. Alright, this jumps a bit of a pain in the ass. And I missed it. Great. Looks like we're doing this stage again. Maybe the capsules really should work like that. Yeah, it's kind of whack that they don't. I mean, at least they took the advice for X6, the game right after this, so... They clearly understood it was a problem beginning with this game. Come on, I want to double tap dash, please. I hate command dashing, I hate it. Oh yeah, another thing, if you do end up trying the random for yourself, anyone else out there, be aware of the fact that electric gabyals are some of the worst things to ever live, because they just, when they tend to randomly appear in place of an enemy, that means that they're, like, hogging up the entire space on a ladder and making it so that you need to, like, damage boost and, like, with, like, rush jet to actually pass, or to get past. It, sucks, but, well, you play the Chaos Randomizer, you know, get chaotic prizes. Oh yeah, X5 also allowed both characters. Yeah, so this game was just kind of a regression in that aspect, I guess. I don't know. They really said, but how could we do that? That's PS1 exclusive technology. And then someone said, actually, no, you just write a couple extra lines of code. And it's like, oh. Yeah, and then you occasionally get a hard knuckle wall that just kind of gets right in the way, so you need to have hard knuckle at the ready. Please? Okay, I got pushed in. That works. All right. Good. Now, uh-oh. Now we're good. Not good. Ah! Weird controls. Okay. That's sweet. And I have all my lives here crossed. Okay, let me read that earlier post from you. Lightning is needed for Zero's arm parts. Drill Crush from Rhino is needed for Zero's body parts. X's version of Fire Wave is needed for his head parts. Aside from those, anything goes. And then Zero's foot and head parts are used for getting X's arm parts. Okay. Yeah, done. They... Among other things that should be different for this game, why can X's electric, or Catfish's electric attack not do the thing that Zero's electric attack from Wire Sponge does? Whack. Oh, X is so much more suited to fighting Ostrich than Zero is. It's ridiculous. because now the fact that Ostrich can kind of alternate between whatever fucking, you know, movement mode that he wants, is not as big of an issue because X does not have to be right next to him to get damaged. So you're not going to be surprised as easily. Sponge's lightning being stronger, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's powered by Baby Rage, so it works out for him. What about... Got the Sonic Slicer. Okay, one of my more mixed feeling weapons from X2, but I don't know what I expected. Alright, where are we going next? Prepare for bosses to be more aggressive since it is extreme mode. Yeah, alright. I mean, I guess I did remember you saying that. It's, we'll take it as it comes. I'm sure some bosses are gonna be a lot more of a pain in the ass. Other bosses are gonna be a lot less of a pain in the ass, or not that much different. Octopus? Alright. You got it. Like, Ostrich there didn't really feel all that different. I think he really felt just about the same, but easier because I had, you know, range on him. Alright, Zero, now you get to have an somewhat submerged adventure. It is kind of fun that this is one means of being able to actually play as Zero in the X1 stages. You don't really get to see that very easily. Wait a minute. No, I can't take this ladder. This was a return ladder, right? And damn it, I already. All right, looks like we're coming back to this stage. I forgot. Actually, give me a pit. Give me a pit. Give me spikes. No. All right, game's not gonna give me spikes. Damn it. No one ever said that. I never said that my memory wasn't going to be a challenge. It's just for the angler mini boss. I could have sworn that it had stuff too. There was a stuff, an instance of stuff. Oh yeah, sweet. Just take me right into the hitbox, dude. I'll blow up the whale, no problem. Oh, well, okay, that's kind of funny. Zero is pretty ill-suited to actually, slashing through that thing's body. And I did miss the heart tank. I remembered it wasn't in the usual spot, so I'm like, I don't have to worry about it. And then I didn't remember to check the unusual spot. Hey, Proto. Yeah, go finish those attention-bearing snacks. Don't worry, you're not missing too much. I mean, I'm playing the stages as with the character I didn't play them as in the first couple streams, but otherwise you've seen these things already, so. If this was actual X1, how well suited do you guys think Zero would actually be to playing all of X1 stuff? Like, say, let's be uncharitable Zero, and let's say that let's be charitable to Zero and say that he's got, like, you know, his standard, like, PlayStation kit going for him. He's not just the Mega Man plus sword that exists in X3, which is cool, no doubt, but, you know, is obviously less interesting to compare. Well, I know it wouldn't be canon, but we're having fun with it here. We're playing in the space. What if we had, you know, time-lapse Zero, time paradox Zero? What if MIDI, or what if Techno sent Zero back to all of the X1 stages? Zero yoinks Sigma Saber and fights all the X1 Mavericks to maintain canon. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. He uses the... Well, that requires him to use the Zero Knuckle, and that doesn't get invented until 04. So, you know, where are we in the timeline then? It's all sorts of messed up at that point. I think Zero would, I think Zero might actually kind of struggle a little bit with, some of X1, if he's just with, you know, say his, like, X4 or X5 power levels. Like, I think largely just for the fact that, okay, I just kind of want to see if I can actually jump up there. Oh, I almost had a wall jump there. Oh, cool, I can. Nice. I think kind of just largely for the fact that, like, some of X1's design is really focused on being able to, like, buster spam, or pellet spam, and, like, while, you know, Zero obviously, you know, can saber spam, I guess he would kind of need more power to keep up with the likes of that mini-boss in actual Launch Octopus's stage, and, like, maybe some of those damn Turtle Bomber enemy things, and... I imagine Spark Mandrill's stage without the whole, oh god, Storm Eagle's aircraft has landed in the city, what are we going to do? Power outage would probably be kind of a pain in the ass. Although, when you get the pizza cutter, it probably all comes crumbling down once again. That means Zero can win against the intro Vile encounter. Ooh, that's a good point. We can actually have a real fight there. Although, I think he would need the double jump for it to not just be a damage race. Didn't even know this guy was up here? The more you know. You just have to make an unnecessarily difficult jump for it. Or an unnecessary, somewhat difficult jump. Alright. Speed change on Zero is still a bitch to get used to. Launch Soctopus, or as we like to call him, Loctopus. Haha, you're using autocorrect, and you still haven't turned that off yet. I need to fucking dash away from him to get away, but, like, I don't like the controls of this game. Okay, well, we're doing that again. Well, I need the heart tank anyhow. Anyhow, that's still entirely my fault due to not... I still cannot comprehend using double tap dash for everything. It's not quick, it's not responsive, and it's just use, like, your normal, like, Mega Man slide input to dash forward. That's possible. It's like, yeah, that's true, but I'm not even bothering to try to practice that because, you know, I need to be able to air dash, or, need to be able to maintain dash speed in the air as well, so, like, it's not even on my mind that I can use the, you know, the slide input to do a dash, but then doing a double tap dash doesn't feel very responsive. Yeah, was that the health? Oh no, this is the health. There it is. So, while it is definitely a skill issue, and not being able to grasp the controls, it's still oh so irritating to feel like I have to grasp knitting a sweater live on stream in order to just do simple dodges of attacks. Well, at least going through the stage is, again, always very quick. Boris gives a ton of souls. Yeah, I guess I probably should have went that way, huh? Oh wait, no, I still have to fight him here. Alright, come on, smack him with your wet noodle, Zero. This is the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, this would probably... Like, this feels like it would take this long if you had, like, you know... This feels like regular... PS1 Power Zero trying to fight this mini-boss, which is meant to be absolutely shredded by going ham on the Buster, but you don't have that option here. Well, I mean, you do have that option, but I'm self-restricting myself to play as Zero, not X. I don't think Zero would struggle too hard against Bow Spider, considering that, like, Boss Spider, normally you kind of want to get in close anyways, maybe just for a little extra damage on, like, some of your attacks and shit, but... Okay, hold on. I should focus up here. Stop it! You're so mean, Launch Octopus. Okay, I guess I have to fucking use my down input because I can't react quick enough with the double tap. Oh, your hitbox is so fucking massive, too! What the fuck is that? Okay, I guess that's an extreme exclusive attack. That's interesting. He just decided to do a fucking wall pirouette at me. Hit his best Top Man impression. And I gotta say, it's effective. I think Zero might actually would probably actually do really well against X1 Launch Octopus. Just due to the whole, like, sword slashes can, like, absolutely help, especially with some saber dash canceling against all the bullshit that Launch Octopus is normally sending out. Here, I just need to keep my distance half the time because he likes to all of a sudden bring out the vortex attack. Or whatever this is. Oh, come on! It was going so well, and then he just fucking hits the invincible Octospin. You can't tell, I really don't like playing. It's weird, I don't like playing as Zero for fighting the bosses in this. Actually, no, wait, it's not weird at all. It's how I feel about playing as Zero in X4. I don't like using Zero for the bosses in this game. I do like using Zero for the stages quite a bit. Zero's just very well equipped to fight little shitty enemies that have very simple AI, and very poorly equipped to fight bosses that actually try. Oh, so what? Huh? So the tornado does damage too, but he just comes at you. What's the solution there? Time will shoot babies for free because it's too far away. You're dashing, hit a baby spider instead of him. I don't, alright, I think for Bow Spider, I'm pretty sure he does not actually, like, do a distance check to determine whether or not he's gonna shoot the smaller spiders at you. I'm pretty sure, like, that's just literally RNG. Sometimes he does it a lot, sometimes he does it very little. And then... that's not where the platform is. Plus, also the fact that, like, Zero has the slashes that, you know, they go downwards, so he could pretty easily take care of the baby spiders as they come at him. I think that would actually... I think that fight would really go in Zero's favor, to be honest. Especially if we get, like, some of the comboing, comboing abilities going on there. Like, then Zero would be able to, like, pretty easily apply damage where X struggles to. There we go. Yeah, I think he would actually do really well against that. And then against Rangda Bangda, I think it actually wouldn't be too bad, because most of the time Rangda Bangda spawns pretty close to you. Or has an eyeball pretty close to you, and I usually just let the eyes come towards me anyways, rather than like traversing the screen to do it. And then Zero would also have a pretty free slash against the nose. I mean, he basically does it in X5, so I think that fighting the original Rangdabangda would not be that bad as Zero. Fighting Lightsaber Sigma might actually become a problem, thinking about it. Because, yeah, what's your option there? Usually you just hit Lightsaber Sigma as he crosses you up with a buster shot. Zero doesn't have that option. He has to, like, actually hit Lightsaber Sigma, like, right as he comes down, right next to you from the wall. I think that one would actually be pretty tough. That's cost 4 when he stops you tornadoes. I honestly have no idea how to dodge it. You just War of Attrition him. Oh, that's great. Well, either we're gonna find out or we're gonna die trying. How the fuck did I do a dash jump there? I did not double tap the stick. Alright, do I just maybe stick on the walls a little bit more then? No? No? What the fuck? What? That's ridiculous. Okay, so he spins to your location. Once he's under you, he like immediately starts sucking you in. So you don't have too much recourse there. Do you have to like... You might have to bubble crab him. Which, in a game that has dash on command, wouldn't be hard. But in a game like this, with the movement is so stiff. That's a tall order, because if you bubble crabbed him, you'd be able to get back on the ground and start dashing away easily. But otherwise... Please get away from Zero. Okay. All right. This fight's bullshit. I'm not gonna keep going at it with Zero. I'm going to just bring out X. I'm gonna blast him. I'll get the finishing hit in with Zero, so that way we can say we got whatever Zero's technique is, so we can move on from stream. I'm not gonna be the one to find out how that attack actually works, because we need to keep the stream moving. We're already 43 minutes in, so I'm guessing I'm not going to be done with Xtreme 2 tonight, which makes me so sad. I want to be done with this game so badly. So we need to keep the stream moving, so I'll just fucking use both my health bars against him, and wow, wouldn't you know it, Launch Octopus still sucks when you can't dash effectively, just like in X1. And then we'll just get in the final hit with Zero, we'll move on, and we'll say that we did it alright. Yeah, Sigma 3 might not be too bad as X1, Zero and X1. Because you already have to get close to him anyway, so probably your combo slash would hit him. I guess that's provided your combo slash actually does hit him. You could pull a... you know, an X1 again and be like, actually, no, your combo slash doesn't do any damage, and Zero doesn't get a charge shot, so you need to go ahead and, you know, use Rolling Shield, that's your only option, in which case, like, okay, well, at least it's not worse than X, but still. Now I'm so used to trying to, now I'm used to trying to do the slide dash, so that, the slide input dash, so that way I can attempt to dodge Launch Octopus better. That now I'm not doing the double tap dash to try to make my way around here as Zero. It is just stunning how detrimental not having a dedicated dash button is to the flow of this game. Like, it's not that bad for, like, classic Mega Man to not have a dedicated slide button. It's annoying for sure, but it's not too bad. But like, you start to really realize just how crucial it is for you to be able to sail through the air at big speeds in fucking all the X games. Otherwise, like, a lot of the boss patterns don't make sense. Which, again, hey, thanks Capcom for making the dash and slide so centralized that you kind of just stopped designing boss AI very effectively. Kind of just said, fuck it, give him a pattern and the player will figure it out. That game keeps sliding for dash, but Ashley retains dash momentum when jumping out of it. Oh, great, so, like, everything's... Just give me every flavor of control scheme possible. Ridiculous. It's kind of a shame, too, because Zero actually does pretty well against Launch Octopus's normal shenanigans because of the fact that he can actually slash through all this bullshit. But given the fact that Launch Octopus just tries to hug you at the very end with no solution in sight, what is this? What is this? What is this? What the fuck was I supposed to do? Even being ready for it, I had no idea what to do there. I think that the ZHC setup actually sounds like it would be fine. It doesn't sound like it's that bad. Like, it's basically just how Bass had to do everything in Mega Man and Bass, and that worked out completely fine. Which actually really does beg the question, hey, why don't we have Mega Man and Bass type physics for our dash inputs in this game? That game came out before this one. Mega Man and Bass did it just fine. I can't just ding him either. Okay. Let's swap right now because I'm in iframes. Great. Yeah, Bass once again being the strongest character, literally Wily's best creation. If I game over one more time against Locked Octopus, we're just going to another fucking stage. I can't, and we're just gonna beat him up with his weakness later. In fact, Sonic Slicer might be a weakness for him. I don't know, I'll have to just use it and find out. This game is not earning any fucking points in its favor. I am so ready to never play this game ever again after I'm done with it. This is kind of starting to... This game is starting to grate on me in the same way that, like, Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 2 grate on me, which is not something I thought I would actually ever have to say again. But it's also grating on me for, like, completely different reasons. Actually, no, it's probably very similar reasons, in fact. Bullshit boss design is part of the reason why Mega Man 2 sucks. At least in that game, I didn't have to manage not having a fucking not having a slide or anything like that either. Like, where's the spikes? There's the spikes. Game that actively wants it. Extreme 2 also has this thing where it actively, like, wants you to go fast in many situations because it thinks that, oh yeah, you're gonna love our command dash feature. And then it also says, actually, hold on, slow down. The screen crunch doesn't allow you to zoom through the stages until you've memorized every last detail of it. Because Mega Man games are now Sonic games all of a sudden. where you have to have everything memorized rather than just being able to react to stuff. He says in Soviet. I don't think we've gotten to them yet. Are they the exclusive ones for the extreme mode playthrough? Hey Proto, you've missed literally nothing. You've missed me dying several times to launch Octopus because he has a fucking random ballerina topspin attack that is literally the most uncounterable thing I've ever seen. And I'm getting pretty fucking annoyed with it and very ready to leave this game in the dump. Isaz and Sue Willow. Oh, the Sphinx tanks. If they wanted me to pronounce it correctly, they would have introduced that thing more than out of nowhere. No, instant dash input. I'm so done with this fucking game. I can't remember any of the names of anybody here at Xtreme 2 because they're all fucking unnotable little mooks. They're not significant in any way. Where are we going instead? I'm not doing this. Where are we going instead? Oh my god! Like, I'm trying to think of a boss that is just as unfair in the rest of the Mega Man series. I know there are a couple that just literally have attacks that are functionally inescapable. Unless it's like, there's a little once you know kind of thing. Like that. Alright, Catfish. We'll go to Vault Catfish instead. Fuck. Alright, this was the next stage last time. Let's play it as zero. Alright, I'm gonna need y'all to lift my mood. Anything fun? Anything cool recently? I need y'all to get my mind off of things. I could get my mind off of things with a new topic, but I'm also too busy stewing over the game. For some reason the actual level titles seem to be from Kuwanger and Mandrill. I don't think you did comment on it, but it is a good point that they are not using any Toxic Seahorse tiles, which, I mean, I suppose makes sense, right? They have only so much cartridge space, so they're going to, well, okay, maybe Mandrill doesn't make sense, but they are, okay, Mandrill makes sense because they already had the asset. So they just went ahead and redid that. Oh, your sister streamed playing Celeste? Oh, nice. I'm assuming you mean in VC or something? Unless she has a channel, which could be interesting to go check out at some point. Yeah. I think I also saw you playing a little Celeste on your account as well, over on Discord. That was your sister using that? Yeah, in a VC. Okay, cool. I'm just curious. Can I collect this after I get the cutscene? No. Okay. I just wanted to see if the game was that dumb. Yeah, no, Celeste is great. I really should have... I mean, I finished the main game, but then for some reason I just forgot to, like, do the last bonus stages, A-sides. I don't know. I think I just got caught up with trying to do some B-sides for some stages and then said, nah, oops, I'm moving on to the next game now. But I mean, Celeste really is... It's very pretty as a piece of art in all sorts of directions. It has a lot going for it in the gameplay sense. It has a lot going for it in the story sense. The art design is stunning. There's so many scenes in that they're just, like, breathtaking as wallpapers, basically. Like, good goddamn game. All around. Spectre of Torment, working on New Game Plus right now. I think you've mentioned Spectre of Torment, but I don't remember exactly what that is. Tell me about it. Creating a Shovel Knight playthrough to finish too. Oh, that's also what I saw. Okay, actually, wait. Yep. Okay, yep. That's exactly what I saw Grim playing. Never mind. Yeah, I should try to go and finish some of the Shovel Knight campaigns, honestly. Like, I think it's just that playing, like, Plague Knights kind of just left a bad taste in my mouth. Like, it wasn't that bad, I guess, but, you know, when it's like I come off of playing Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight has, like, literally some of the tightest controls in the world, and he, like, moves super well, can handle roughly anything with, like, just a good approach. And all the stages are designed for him and his mechanics. Playing Plague Knight, who has a lot of weird momentum that shifts him back and forth all over the place, kind of just... Oh, no, Vault Catfishes, someone took out his eye. Oops. Just never felt right, and so then it's like going to all the other guys and all their DLCs, it just also kind of felt like a... I don't know. I miss having... Whenever I'm playing the other DLCs, I guess I've always felt like, man, I miss playing Shovel Knight. Yeah, they have a big learning curve. I mean, once you get used to it, Plague Knight's campaign can be pretty enjoyable. Although also there is a very solid meta of, like, one or two of his abilities that are just better. Oh, okay, that's nice too. Thanks, Vault Catfish. Glad to see you also have a very dodgeable and fair attack. What? That's not even Extreme exclusive. I just didn't see it in X's mode because he just doesn't... He was just hopping around like an idiot the whole time when I was playing as X. He was kind of doing it the same here. Now he also has an attack that's just like, yeah, dodge this, moron. Like, what? It follows you! It follows you! I guess you have to dash back into him? Yeah, so are Extreme 2, boss combo 0. Everything combo 0, though. That's the... He doesn't have the same exact problem as I have with him in X4 because he actually does do damage against the boss. The problem is that he's still made out of glass bones and paper skin. And the fact that your momentum in this, or your speed in this game, just constantly goes back and forth from, like, moving at a snail's pace to, oops, I accidentally double tap dashed, or I actually purposely input a dash, or I air dashed, and now I'm moving really quickly as compared to just a regular jump, even though I kind of just wanted to have the air stall. Like, everything, again, all the momentum and controls just fight 0 actively. And then it doesn't help that Vault Catfish has another attack that's just like, I hope you didn't want to stay away from me. I hope you wanted to dash right back into the gaping mouth of the guy that's using a vacuum field to suck you in. Hi, Rack. Sorry to have you come back to, like, what, the second stream of mine that you're checking out, and I'm getting pissed off by the game. I'm usually in a better mood than this, just chatting, playing Mega Man. But, well, that's a funny noise. Extreme 2 is really getting to me right now. But, welcome back. I will say, I will agree, at least the music in this game is good. For, like, the Game Boy renditions. I'm a big fan of Blast Hornet's rendition. That's good, but... is the wave going to spawn again? Okay, there we go. But almost everything else in this game kind of pisses me off, so I'm just kind of straight up not having a good time with it. Why does Vault Catfish have a DDD inhale? I mean, I think it's because, like, actual catfish, like... Oh, right. Actual catfish have you know, they have the big gaping mouths, and they essentially gulp when they're in a lake. So like, they basically will just kind of like, you know, and they kind of have an underwater inhale if you really think about it. So they just decided to give Vault Catfish an on-air inhale. Yeah, suction feeder. Actual catfish lead anything. On Fact 3, I do not have any idea what you're talking about, Scorebar, but, you know, hey, as I heard radon, that's a chemical word. That's, in fact, an element on the table. I'm excited. X3 tradition of zero barely fitting. Actually, no, elaborate on that. I'm not sure what you mean. Mostly because I don't play enough, Zero and X3. Hold on, I'm sorry. Distracted by the fact that that waterfall is not just background, that actually does push you downwards? Why? There's no platforming to be had there. There's no fighting to be had there. Now I'm starting to question every single thing that this game does as if it was Mega Man 2. Or I'm just like, let me find something to complain about on every screen of the game. But I can't get away from you. If I can't get that far away from you, how am I supposed to dash back into you? Zero being so big, the levels are cramped. I mean, I guess his sprite's a lot bigger in X3, but I don't think his hitbox is functionally any different. I don't think there ends up being much of a complication there. Especially, you know, I mean, you end up playing, like, the Zero Project remake of, or hack of X3, like, kind of, you know, start to wiggle Zero into everything and starts to feel fine. Okay, Vault Catfish, sure. Fair attack. Did not mean to dash there, but I guess it's happening anyways. Alright, well, now I need to change over to Zero to have any help in surviving this. Vault machine gun, okay. Alright, get rid of him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Don't give him any special powers, don't give him any grace. Oh yeah, like that's also an extra checkpoint too. You have such a great, you have a very great point there, Grim. Also very unnecessary. Yeah, I mean, one of the things I do like is that this is the first game to have like a tag mechanic that X7 also certainly had, and that X8 actually did pretty well. It's just kind of, it starts to feel less like, oh, I need to tag in because, you know, this character is very well suited to this thing. It starts to feel more like, well, it's kind of an afterthought in the stages, but like we tuned up the extreme mode bosses to make it so that way you kind of just need to, you know, damage boost your way through everything. So you need 2 health bars to work with now. Oy. Alright, so where are we going besides Launch Octopus? I'm not going back to Launch Octopus until we're like just fully kitted and can just obliterate him. With his top man impression ballerina bullshit. Yeah, tell us about your, well, if you're talking about the funny spider dream you had the other day, then you're welcome to. But yeah. Okay. What else have I done that could maybe take my mind off of things? So for the last couple days, so you know how I've been complaining about I haven't slept for like the last 2 months now. Oh, I have Launch Octopus's weakness. You know, I still don't want to go back there. I'm still have a bad taste in my mouth. I'd like to go somewhere else. Anyway, so I've been saying like, oh, I've been sleeping shitty the last 2 months. Hey, guess what? I've been sleeping great this weekend. and I'm pretty sure it's because I forced myself off of the melatonin again for a couple of days. And it turns out that my brain is doing better without having a certain extra dose of melatonin in my brain. I discovered this like a year and a half ago, and I had to rediscover it again now because my memory's not that good. But the temptation to take it after stream is so, you know, it's just so present. Like, I'm amped up after playing games like Extreme 2 on stream for 2.5 hours, and I gotta go to bed within 30 minutes. Like, there's no time to just relax and calm down, so. But I have to stop doing that, and I have to just start being like, okay, go to sleep naturally, kid, so that way you can wake up for work tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, Burkana's kind of a baddie, but, like, I don't know. We're here to play Mega Man. We're here to shoot robots in the face, not to, I mean, you know, we'll enjoy, we'll partake in attractive robot women later. You know? But right now, Burkana's a big threat. There's no time for that shit, Zero. We have to go and stop Sigma. Or I guess it's actually more like she's hitting on X. And X is like, no, I don't really like this. I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable. And Zero's like, no time for that shit, X. We need to go stop Sigma and kill all the Mavericks. And it's like, I really wasn't even... I didn't want to do any of it. No, shut up, X. Stop. I know how much you want her. You're just jealous of me and my girlfriend, Iris. X, you should go out and find a nice Maverick to go and, or you should go out and find a nice reploid someday. It's completely ignoring everything that X says. I just headcanon that Zero just functionally listens to nobody until, like, suddenly he's mentioned, or, like, he's dying. Oh, wait, I'm using Zero. Ew. Trying to use the guys in the stages that they haven't been to. Yeah, you should, man, also using the air dash as X makes life a lot easier. Talk about how fucked up it is that the foot parts and head parts ability to break blocks is literally only for Mammoth, Sub-Tank, and Armor part. Yes, in fact, we can. Even Extreme 1 used that better. At least you have to use it to go and get a couple of things, like a sub-tank and mandrill. You have to use it to go get a, oh, you can just do that. Okay. You have to go use it to, go get the Zero Final. Okay, I see. Sponge spends a lot less time stalling now in Extreme mode. Okay, so they're all tuned up. Are the bosses just, I mean, okay. So I know you literally said they're tuned up for Extreme mode in comparison to normal, but like, I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe Catfish and Octopus's attacks are balanced in the normal modes of the game, and are completely broken by going into Extreme mode because, oh, this attack's just different. Now it just explicitly goes to your location. Balancing is not Capcom's strong suit. Zero's jealous about Burkana trying to land X, so he's jealous. Yeah, I can kind of get that. I mean, especially with how much Extreme Dr. Light, you know, says stuff like, you know, Zero's your partner, and best friend, X, and best friend. Block breaking abilities being underutilized is a common theme. I mean, to be very fair, it's not like block breaking abilities are exactly riveting abilities. It really feels like Capcom just threw that one in because they couldn't think of anything else. And then they said, put a couple breakable blocks in the game. That's how we make this interesting. No, Zero must have the whole polycule. And X8 does do something better again. Wow. Would you look at that? One of my favorite X game does something better. think the weather effects for this game is just if you shoot them, it gun rain. I mean, I think it also has a little bit of speed pushback, just like X2. In fact, I think it's more noticeable than X2. Again, especially because dashing is so awkward in this game that walking forward tends to happen more, and your speed cut is more noticeable. Where are we going next? where are we going through next? And yet X8 does the shop system worse. Yeah. Well, it does a shop system at all for the X games. And then somehow does it kind of worse than the classic series. If only they hadn't let inflation get to them. Oh. Iris dies, Zero gets extra protective of X, and then he dies in the next game, and then comes back again. And then X is like, I don't really want to do this anymore. And then Zero loses interest in X7 because X is such a little baby. Or H, shut up, Proto. Flame Mammoth? Alright, Flame Mammoth. Yeah. Anyway, so I should be hopefully more alert and awake going forward again because I am now, I'm going to... I have, like, just stashed my melatonin away, and I'm literally not going to grab for it unless I'm... I think I'm just literally never going to grab for it again, because I clearly... It's one of those things where it's like, well, I could use it if I'm having really hard trouble sleeping some nights, and I've been trying for, like, an hour. But at that point, it's like, well, my sleep's already going to be shitty, might as well just continue to make it even shittier, you know? Well, missed that up. I don't think I have a head part on anybody anyways. Oh, no, I do have a head part on Zero. So, I fucked it up. Cool. Hey, can I die? Right, it would be a lot faster to just beat the stage and come back at this... Wait, so... So those instantly kill you, or do so much damage that it feels like they do. But the lava itself doesn't? Okay, sure, game. Game design is so hard, guys. I mean, look, the poor AAA company can't even make a good Mega Man game, and you gotta give them some slack, you know, it's only like their 25th outing into this at this point or something like that. It's just so hard. And fireballs are instant death on Xtreme. Fucking why? So, okay, at least they decided to respect, like, what the word extreme means for difficulty in this game. Unlike Xtreme 1. But they decided that it has to mean cock and ball torture. I'm starting to get this game I'm starting to get the feeling of this game is less than the sum of its parts, which is a feeling I really only have for Mega Man 3, Mega Man 2, and X7. So this is not a good sign. The stonks for this game are looking really, really bad right now. Just get me up here. Here, we'll say that we got up here as 0. It's like, fundamentally, this should be a fun adventure of like, oh yeah, wow, we get to play as X and Zero in Mega Man. I love them in this game. I didn't get to play with them originally on the SNES. Now we can do it here. Yippee! But it's like, oh no, this is terrible. Everything is working against you between the controls, the design of some of the bosses, whatever the fuck is happening, why I can't double wall jump there easily. The damage tables, when you finally get to actually fight all 8 Mavericks in one run, all of a sudden the game's difficulty increases past what it's basically meant for, and the bosses become ludicrously beefed up. Like, you think the one thing that you could maybe look forward to in this game, which is the thing that made Xtreme 1 a lot more fun, at least for me, because maybe I'm having a crybaby skill issue, is actually making this game less fun. Yeah, and then X gets worse once you actually get his fourth part, too. We're just adding on to all the things that don't make sense here. Okay, Flame Mammoth is still just Flame Mammoth. Great. Just fucking dice him up. Okay, okay, dude, okay! You can stop switching up the fucking directions. Okay, the game can still be unintentionally funny. I'm now going to switch the conveyor belt's direction 4 times in a row because I feel like it's 0. And the oil is not going to move with the conveyor belt because I didn't feel like programming that 0. Okay, there we go. Also, I slashed something of his open there. Oh. I wouldn't quite say that. I mean, okay, Mammoth is posing a threat. Yes. Is it the best threat compared to the other guys? Hell no, it is not. Oh, Zero got Fire Wave. Cool. I should actually start using some of the things that I picked up, huh? I think part of the problem, too, though, is that... Also, where are we going to next? Is just that, like, I'm not remembering to use the extra techniques I have in this game because, like... I'm getting that, like, X7, X8 feeling of, like, well, I don't need all these. I have things that Zero sucks at doing, X can do. Things that X sucks at doing, Zero can do. So, like, do I need the weapons? Yeah, fuck Honor. Did you see Launch Octopus's fight? That man is fighting without honor. This is not a place of honor. There is nothing important buried here. Go home and do not come back. Like, this is the nuclear waste of Mega Man. Like, ugh. Oh, the X2, yeah, no, the music is good. Again, the music's solid all around. But, like, I do not want to pick this game up ever again after I'm done with it. Why would you stoop to his level, though? Oh, what, because I'm so bad for doing what the villain does? That's not my philosophy. We don't do that around here. You know that, Proto. Look, if I had the option... Oh, yeah, my favorite Mag Mammal 1 Fortress level, the one where it's basically Undertale and I have to not play Mega Man. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do. Oh, right, and then the charge buses in this game is weird. Just a big spread shot. Unless you know, X3 it. Play this mod at least one more time with the mod that maps select the dash. Okay, maybe. But it's not gonna be for a while. I need to get the taste of this game out of my mouth first. And if suddenly having a functional dash button makes this game work a little bit better, then I'll be pleasantly surprised. Though I'm getting a distinct feeling that in Extreme mode, you know, the mode that most people would want to play for a Mega Man game, you know, the one that offers 8 bosses and the maximum amount of special weapons, given all the tweaks that the bosses seem to have here, I don't feel like they're going to be that good. Also, man, X blasts through those rocks way faster than Zero does. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so I was actually... Give me a second. So I was showing off to Grim the other day that with Zero... Yeah, with Zero, you can punch and stay on the move, and, like, you just hover over these pits, which, again, great oversight, guys. If you do the charge... if you do a dash punch, you actually do fall earlier. But But it seems that if you actually do this for X, because X has a charge in the ride armor, which Interesting Zero doesn't. Okay, so X gets to charge over the pits, the charge, but his normal punch doesn't take him over the pits. So I'm guessing there's probably some coding fuck up there that led to... that came from, like, reusing some of, like, X's charge attack coding. That makes it so that Zero can just fly over the pits by punching. Because, again, game design is just so hard, guys. Alright. Anyways, I know Grim said that I can't actually go get this with the, without the wire sponge Zero attack, but I'm gonna go do it anyways. Oh, so wait, it also... Okay, so it actually just entirely is that X's hitbox and the ride armor is fucked up and very tiny. The more I play of this game, again, the more inconsistent it gets, the more annoying it becomes. Just making sure Tri-Thunder can't actually do anything here. Yep, okay, so we're going. Well, Fire Wave? Fire Wave. Oh, Fire Wave's just a down attack. Okay. Extreme 2 is what X5 is to you? Yeah, pretty much. Every tiny small decision that this game has to make a huge inconsistency it is bothering me immensely and prevents me from actually enjoying this game very much. Yeah, having a dash button makes this, like, so much more tolerable, yet why do we not have a dash button? Or might make it more tolerable, I don't know. Might still be dog shit. I'll have to play the mod to find out, so I guess, you know, Grim's right. I will have to play this mod, or this game at least one more time in full. The Extreme 2 is what, X5 and X8? Alright, I don't really understand the X8 hate, really. I mean, it's my favorite. You're talking about there, that's my boy. I could understand X8 not being very fun for it having a really... It honestly does have an atrocious item game, but... It does have a very fluid movement. It has creative bosses that don't just instantly go down. You actually have to memorize their patterns. You take high but reasonable damage. And, I don't know. Overall, I find it's a great time. Except the level design? Okay, I actually love the level design in X8. It's mean, but pretty fair if you just take it a little slow. And, like, the damage is good, and I like gimmicks. I'm a big classic series fan. So, if you give me a Mega Man game, or an X game that's loaded with very gimmicky stages, I'm gonna be all about that. Also, Bamboo Pandemonium stage, like, has some of the best design. Like, literally any ride armor based stage, because it's a stage that's based around the ride armor in its entirety. You know, also you can take it through the entire way. The ride armor feels integral to the stage design. It's awesome. You can have your own opinion. I'm not gonna boot you off the island for it, but, you know, that's my case for why X8 is the GOAT. I mean, realistically, I understand. It has issues with its shop that are kind of just unforgivable. Well, that's a new attack. Wow. Improving on Minakuchi Engineering's giving Tunnel Rhino lack of anything to do. But, you know. So I understand it has actual quality problems compared to, like, say, X1 and X2 and maybe 3. But otherwise, like, I think X8 is awesome. Trolley level design like X8 does? I don't know, I don't really find X8's level design to be very trolly. I mean, you have Blaze Rooster's thing where it's just like, here's a bunch of spikes if you go too fast, but like, I don't know, outside of that, it's not too bad. I guess the item games is a little bit trolly. I think I could probably win the War of Attrition against Launch Octopus now. Let's go back there. Where it's like, oh no, you didn't bring fucking X to Avalanche Yeti stage, and you don't have the Shining Ray, or whatever it's called. now you do basically get screwed over for that, and you have to play the whole stage again, which is one of the things that I acknowledge where it's like, yeah, this game does have actual quality issues in comparison to the first two SNES games, at least, but like that keep it below those in like objective quality, quote unquote. But like, I don't know, otherwise I think it's pretty stellar. He used Tornado Fang Moles. Yeah, I guess he really did do that, huh? He had to channel the inner Mega Man 2 because he heard me talking shit about Mega Man 2. Like X8, but Dynasty sucks. I don't know. Honestly, I do think that X8's item game is really just as bad as X5's. Like, there are some stages that, I mean, there literally is a stage that you have to play at least twice to get all the goodies. Being Octave Sunflower. And then, you know, Avalanche Yeti is like, well, you might want to use Axel here. However, if you do, then you are not getting either of the goodies for 0 and X at the end of the stage, and you have to replay the whole stage. So, like, there's certainly certified problems with it. I do think it is literally just as bad as X5's. Although, honestly, I kind of come around a little bit. Oh, ooh, hey, that's a funny. Yeah, do that and do the jiggle. What is does 0 do a jiggle here? Yeah, 0 also does a jiggle here. Awesome. Stupid. Dumb fucking game. Yeah, Trilobite also has to be done twice. Like, there are issues with X8's items game, but then also X5's item game is similar, but like, you know, if you're willing to break your fingers and waste a couple minutes on using, you know, like Spiral, the Spiral Wing exploit everywhere, you can kind of improve the item game a little bit. You know? But I think that, you know, that's the thing for me, though, is like, this game bothers me because it has fundamental issues with just the standard gameplay, whereas, like, the meta gameplay, like the item issues and shit, that kind of thing doesn't really bother me so much in the X games. I mean, I prefer if it doesn't have those issues, sure, but it doesn't, like, ruin my experience wholeheartedly. This game has gameplay and control issues, which are just fundamental things that are, like, a video game needs to do right. Otherwise, it's just not a video game. It's a really bad interactive experience. You might as well be trying to, like, play a fucking FMV game on, like, a DVD, back when those used to exist. So, like, this game could have a perfect item game, and I would detest it still. Except for having terrible boss design, amped up on extreme mode, the lack of a dash button that makes it really awkward to do anything, precisely, like... And then, on top of what other random shit, and also, again, hey, look at that charge poster design, you know, the one where that completely misses if you actually, launch the full charge directly forward? So, yeah, no, those are the things where it's like, yeah, no, I'm fine with, what X5 and what X8 fuck up and don't bring to the table. I'm not fine with what this game fucks up and doesn't bring to the table. Hold on, I have like 1 hit left in me. Or 2, actually. Then I can go ahead and switch to... Oh my god, I just barely made it over that. Okay, well, it's not 0 time. It's sub-tank time. Then it's 0 time. Oh, because I'm in iframes. Okay, give me 0. Slash him. For one! There we go. I'm so worried that I was gonna do that again. Cave Maze and the Disney Dinosaurs TV, let's go! Oh, you mean the thing that, like, literally traumatized me as a child? Because every once in a while, a big fucking dinosaur would come out and roar at you because you chose the wrong cave? You did the pick-a-path bullshit incorrectly? Yeah, that DVD? Don't... Childhood trauma. Okay. So wait, we've gone everywhere but the last Hornet and Neon Tiger at this point. Okay, where are we going? Hornet or Tiger? Yeah, all the console X games also just control fine, too, so we don't have that problem. XA is gentler route in PS2 because of the ret sits-in glitch. Love that glitch so much. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, like... Oh wait, no, I think I remember that being a lot more... I think I remember just that the glitch was a lot crazier with, like, getting vertical movement out of it. You still get enough to do some of the funny tricks and, like, make Avalanche Yeti stage better in X8, but, like, you know, it would definitely help to have more of it. It's the one good. You used to remember that. Fish Fangs break in zero actual range. Ooh, nice. Open attack only while airborne. Yeah, no, I mean, for me, it's like, I don't really hate any of the levels in X8. I mean, even Dynasty, like, I mean, I'd prefer it not be there, but Dynasty is really not as bad as people say. Like, I've done that within, like, 2 tries pretty consistently on hard mode of the game from the very first stage. Like, I really don't understand why people think Dynasty is so hard. I mean, the entire X series is just a big once-you-know knowledge test. So, like, once you just know where the signs are, and it's a pretty short loop of a stage, like, you can just blast his ass really quickly. Oh, okay, now the Hornets just go for a direction immediately. Okay, good to know. And I have the controversial opinion that I think Yeti's bike stage is actually the only good bike stage in the entirety of the X series as well. Pandemonium stage rules. While it's slow, I do enjoy Fire Flame Roost, whatever his fucking name is. I'm bad at remembering all the Maverick names. It's harder when people aren't just called Fireman anymore to actually remember things, at least for me. Optic Sunflower, I like that it's a Wario Land or a WarioWare minigame stage, even if you have to replay it twice. I wish you didn't, but you know, I'll take it regardless, because I like gimmicks. I like the Gravity and Gravity Antonian stage. It's a good gimmick. I could keep going, but I'm basically just gonna say that, yeah, I enjoy all the fruits of X8, really. There's not a single stage in that game that I completely just dislike entirely. Unlike, say, you know, Mega Man 2, Quick Man stage. I mean, it's not that bad, actually, but, like, I could say something shitty about every stage in that game. Or this game having bullshit bosses, or X4 and X5 having their ride bike stages. I don't know how I managed to shoot a normal shot in between my charge shot there. Alright, yeah, there's nothing else here. I'm just going to check really quick to see if I can, in fact, break it with anything else, if there's some random oversight that hasn't tested. Oh, I'm not crushed up enough yet to actually see if I can blow that up, so we don't have that opportunity here. Alright. Right that. Dynasty being easy if you bring in Axel does not make it not a shitty level. I don't think any of the characters are different for that game, or for that stage, so I don't think it's hard, regardless. Yeah, it's only Yeti's thing. Oh, this boss is better now. It actually, I think having 2 of these things out at you at once is not such a bad idea. Do you not have to shoot them to blow them up? What? Is this like a survivathon now? Can only Zero attack these things? Can other weapons? Okay, well, I missed. Great. Maybe Tornado Fang can slowly make its way over there. Okay, no, I guess just X's Buster has trouble hitting those? Why? I'm just gonna switch back to Zero, I guess. I don't know. I'm not doing damage to these things? Is its hitboxes just buried? Is it too small? Hitboxes just messed up? Where's the hitbox, Mansley? There wasn't a problem with this in non-extreme mode. What's happening? Am I dumb? Or like only one of them has an active hitbox at a time, but the other can still attack you? Alright, okay, so this is actually trash. Okay, so that one hit. That one not hit. Okay, so I got that one. I won the 50-50, I suppose. Hold on. I'm starting to think it's not like luck. Like it's too consistently not the one that I'm trying to attack for it to be luck. I think it's literally like I think it is literally like X7. You need to attack exactly the right one, otherwise you're not moving on. Or not? There's only one left, guys. Hello? Boy, I sure hope that this isn't a BizHawk glitch. That's just going right through him. Am I Giga Crushed up enough yet? No, I'm not. Okay, maybe I'll be Giga Crushed up enough and I can just use that to get through here, maybe? If Giga Crush does nothing, then we're really in a problem. Then a hitbox didn't spawn. Hi, Zaki. Zaki. I don't know why I keep alternating between Zaki and Zaki for you. I can't get it consistent. Alright, let's wait till it's glowing again. Giga Crush? Giga Crush. Do I have to complete this game? Do I have to do this? Do I have to complete this game? Like, yeah, sure, okay, fuck me for using an emulator that is not, like, you know, one of the more common ones for Game Boy emulation. But, like, if I wanted to complete this game now, this would mean I would have to actually go and replay through X's mission and Zero's mission, and then do one of their missions twice to get all the things on one file, then re-unlock Extreme Mode, or I would have to grind up to buy Extreme Mode on another save, because I don't know how to transfer saves out of BizHawk. I've not been successful in doing so, in getting things from BizHawk to, like, VBAM, for example. I don't know. Someone would have to help me with the copying, because, like, I don't know, there are .saves, but, like, I've tried to transfer a .save over to VBAM, and it hasn't worked, so, like, I don't know how to do that. Maybe a different file, or maybe a different emulator has better file types, easier to do that as. Let me look at my BizHawk folder again real quick here. Maybe we could just do a hot switch on stream, and we can finish this up next week or something. But like, tools, RAM files, no. Tools, shaders. I find a save RAM and a back file for Xtreme 2, and yeah, that's it. There's a save RAM and there's a save back file. Sure, let me PM it to you. Grim, maybe you can test it out. Boy, what a shit show. What a shit show. I was hoping that I'd just be done here. and it'd just be, okay, play another mediocre round of Xtreme 2, but it turns out that, like, literally everything in Xtreme 2 actively fights you. MGBA is better than VBA. Yeah, probably. I mean, I just, like, you know... it's like I had that a while ago because it was like the one that I knew, and then I upgraded it because fuck it, why not? And then I found BizHawk because it does everything, and I haven't had problems with BizHawk and anything before, but apparently the Xtreme games are like the two things that like are completely broken in this. Yeah, your dream, I had to like, for some reason X and Zero were like doing some weird bullshit recovery, and then I was there for once, slightly animated, on spiders. Okay, to say X8's Ride Chaser stages are worse than Central Circuit is an absolutely abysmally insane take. That is a slander I could not possibly stand for. Central Circuit is just the worst possible option of all worlds. Because either you're going slow, which is not the point of Ride Chasers, or you're going too fast to control, which is the problem that all the other games have. Like, I mean, Axel's kind of useful against Avalanche Yeti, but, like, I don't know. I have a good mashing finger. Like, just spamming Zero's blades against that mini-boss is good, and learning that the mini-boss fires in a pattern that's predictable every single time is pretty useful for, like, just, I don't know. It's basically just, you played the regular classic Mega Man games? Great. Now do a thing where you just kind of dodge around shit, and hopefully it should all work out for you. I'm gonna game over and see maybe if, like, I don't know, respawning the level makes it work in the time it takes for Grim to get over here and test it. Mini boss is too much health? Arguably, but I've gotten it done in one cycle before. You just really need to blast it with zero shots. Get in close, have good timing. You can absolutely tear it the fuck up. If you get knocked back once or twice, then yeah, you're gonna be too far to actually get in all the damage you need. But like, Zero has ludicrously high DPS in his chaser, so like, it works out. I don't remember that part. I was responsible for creating the man spider, the boss spider, if you will. I mean, yeah, rapid fire. I guess Axel's rapid fire is pretty good for that as well. I just think it doesn't do enough damage to really justify it. I would so much rather use Zero's and just manually rapid fire it. I'm sure I'm going to regret that take when I have, like, carpal tunnel syndrome in, like, 5 years, but, you know, for now, yippee! No consequences to my actions. It's very funny that the platforms also have to change colors like X does. Want to see an Extreme style game with Axel? I want to see anything again with Axel, man. I mean, he had a rocky debut in X7, but after that, like, he was actually a pretty cool guy. Wanted to see more of him. He had really good weapons. good weapons, and certainly a better voice actor once X8 came around. I mean, that voice actress, I can't remember, went on to do great things outside of Axel, but, you know, for a, what do they call it, for a maiden voyage, it could have been better. Could have been a lot better. Okay, yeah, I made the right choice in not using weapons before this. Alright. What if I do something stupid like this, where I go in as Zero, where, like, maybe the game's expecting me to be Zero, and... Okay, well, that worked. I don't know. Random glitch. Hey, Grim, you can come back now. I don't know if that was because I went through the stage as X. I don't know if that's... And went to the checkpoint as X, and the game wasn't expecting that. I don't know if that's because the game just failed some kind of checksum on loading the stage for the first time, and there's just a random fucking cosmic bit flip boost me to the top of tick-tock clock error, or, like, whatever the fuck just happened. But we got through it now, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, I like Axel's personality a lot in X8 too, just because he's like, you know, his youthful inexperience makes sense given the fact that he's literally not seen, like, you know, Vile and this level of Sigma antics before. So, like, you know, and he's also not as jaded by years of, you know, fucking Maverick hunting as the other two are. Also, that's very funny. You can just leave Blast Hornet stun locked for that long. Yeah, since trying to test it immediately and kept loading your other save instead, so you're gonna actually test it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, if you can get it working, just, like, let me know. Because, like, I would love to know just how to, like, hey, how could I transfer my files over to Mizan? Because I'm probably going to have to do it eventually. You get the Bomb Bee. Okay. Hey, that feels like a more appropriate weapon for actually beating Blast Hornet than what X2 gave me. Did I somehow get 5 weapons on X? No, wait, one of those is Giga Crush. Okay. Alright, Neon Tiger time. Actually use the term Maverick like it's internet slang. I guess it's better than Zero using the term Maverick like it's a slur. Like, I swear to God, if you accidentally litter in public, then Zero's gonna, you know, call you a Maverick in a very, very harsh tone. Oh, that bee's flying backwards. Yo, an actual shield weapon? In my X game? That's not, fucking, well, it's not the thing from Commander Yamark? Hell yeah. I'll take that. That's great. It's a shame that, again, spam tends to be more better. You don't like Neon Tiger? Elaborate why. I mean, I don't think he's the best boss in the world, but as far as X3 bosses are concerned, I think he's actually alright. He's one of the, I always enjoy a boss that encourages pellet spam rather than, or pellet usage rather than, just everything being charged usage all the time. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be doing this as Zero. Aye, because I did this as X already. I think, fuck it, I think that gimmick's kind of long-sailed. I'm pretty much done trying to fucking play nice with this game. Yammer option, there you go. Yeah, it's hard to remember sometimes because it's kind of a dumb name, I'm not gonna lie. Right, what do I have as Zero again? I have the Fish Fang, I've got the Tri-Thunder, and I've got the Fire Wave, okay. I think the Tri-Thunder is gonna help here. There we go. Mix of annoying, boring, and Vega from Street Fighter. I don't know enough about Street Fighter to judge that comment. I could see him being kind of boring. I mean, all the X3 bosses are kind of boring. Hi, Chris. Welcome. It's a torture session. It's not a great time. Extreme 2 is getting my fucking cortisol up. We're just about to beat the 8 Mavericks, and I don't know, unless I can pull pull a miracle out of my ass to get the Fortress stages done all real quick, this might be a 2-streamer. You literally watched the movie with us? Well, I have a short-term memory. Oh, what the? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, right, that guy. Yeah, there's more of a Wolverine. Yeah, Zero does get a little bit too casual with the use of Maverick as a word. It used to mean something. No, that's not the right thing to say. Yeah, I'll buy my stuff. I can remember to do that at least. I will remember to fucking power up like nobody's business. Alright, hello. I'm here to fight you. Armazir gets branded as Maverick. Yeah. He shouldn't have done all that stuff he did. He shouldn't have done that. Like how Neon Tiger has to bounce on it a little bit to shoot you in this game. So much slower in this game, though. It's ridiculous. Alright, Neon Tiger putting up the fight of his life. Again, somehow this is the game that has both Launch Octopus and with a invulnerable spinny attack, and Neon Tiger doing whatever the fuck this act is. Oh, and I'm just out of all energy. Okay, that's great. I mean, I'm talking shit. He's probably going to kill me once because I'm already on low health. Oh, he's still good. He still has the fucking turn orange and fly across the screen attack, but really slowly. It's so funny. At least it's the only one to kill a human person on screen, at least, you know. I feel like Infinity Maginian definitely bodied somebody off screen. He seems like the kind of guy who doesn't care. And then Metal Shark Player. I mean, Metal Shark Player just got labeled a Maverick because he broke laws against necromancy. Which, you know, what kind of society are we if we can't do necromancy? We have the technology for it, but we're not allowed to bring back people from the dead? Personally, I think that all robots should be able to live forever, so long as they're not causing problems for other people. I think Metal Shark Player is doing a service to his community. Alright, well, he just gets one free hit on you as he decides to transition into glowing orange. Maybe 2 free hits. There we go. Zero still only has the 1 bar, kinda dumb. Neon Tiger reminds you that Minakuchi Engineering loves bosses with claws, bonus points if they have a tail, these are for super speed. I mean, it's a pretty useful weapon. You can use it on anything, right? Slap it on anybody and it'll probably do well. I'm just looking at my phone. Stream seems to be falling behind a lot today. Catch up on it. There we go. What that is. Oh, what that's about. quality of my phone at least, so I can monitor things that way. I don't know. Stream's actually been pretty stable connection. We haven't had a Vine Ryzen moment yet today, so that's actually a good sign. He says as the stream concludes, and ultimately everything just ends up exploding. Always gets a tail wiggle. Yeah, he's slowly killing you, menacing. He's a real bastard for it. Alright, I got my 2 sub tanks, I got all the heart tanks, now I can go and get things. Oh wow, look at that, it's Sigma's face. He couldn't possibly be behind all of this. What's my part setup for the final levels? That's a great choice. I would use Hyper Dash if my dash was normal. I don't like the charge in this game. Probably not that. Armor. Create armor? Oh, so you can buy the last thing in this. That would just be the head parts, which makes me worse, so I'm not doing that. We're probably just going in for power, honestly. And power and a barrier extender. Like, just the typical thing. Give me more iframes, give me big slashy, give me big shooty. And I guess, I mean, this allows me to slap one more thing on X. Super recover? Probably pretty good. Yeah, give me that. And I guess oh no, I don't have enough money for that. Alright. Bye! You also acquire the parts illegally, Metal Shark player, so that would count as grave robbing, which is very much illegal. You know, I don't really know if that should be so criminal. I mean, they're not using it. Like, it's basically just like how we throw valuable materials into landfills. Nobody's using this gold ring. Somebody else could make use of this. They don't need it for the afterlife. They're dead. They're just in the fucking ground. And if they need to have a physical item on them to have it in the afterlife, then, well, their chosen heaven really kind of sucks, huh? Their god can't just conjure up a new gold ring for them? Curious, that. Alright, give me all my parts on 0. Then we switch over to X, and I'll equip his ass. Give me those, give me all that. Alright, beautiful. Let me dash through his X so I take less damage, because I've found that not fighting these guys is actually a way more effective strategy. There we go. Yeah, good music remix as well. You think the cloud would be reploid afterlife? I mean, it basically is, according to 03. You got the cyberspace, but, you know, hardly anyone goes to cyberspace because, you know, it makes the game laugh at you and make your rank low, so why would you do that? Bubsy 4D is apparently a good game for living in the good timeline. Yeah, no, I've heard about that being good, and I've mentioned that's something I would like to try at some point. It's just something that I'm gonna take a while to get to. I'm probably going to forget by the time I want to go play my next 3D platformer. Because currently what's on my mind is a game called Big Hops that I ended up seeing. And it seems to kind of be like, you know, your kind of typical 3D platformer fare with the added bonus of like some Tears of the Kingdom style. Like, you get to hold on to a bunch of bullshit in your inventory and kind of construct your way through to solving problems, which, you know, allows you to create stupid, dumb bullshit like big anti-gravity bubbles and rocket-powered minecarts that allow you to solve puzzles in ways that you weren't explicitly meant to. So, may as well do that. So, I might do that instead. It's also a small little indie game, but one day, I mean, PUBG 4D, sure, but it'll probably be reserved for when I have more time available to stream than just 2 to 3 hours per night. Alright, well, glad Felgarder is weak to drills. That, or maybe it's just all the Buster Plus chips that I have. It's probably just all the Buster Plus chips I have. Thinking about it, he's not having some reaction. Oh no, actually, he is taking more than that. Okay. Where are you going, dude? You are not Sigma. I just wanted you to know that it's comically funny for me being like, grave robbing isn't a big deal given certain information that you're privy to. Alright, we'll talk about whatever the hell you just DM'd me later, because I have no idea what the event you're referring to is that could possibly make this funnier. But, you know, again, referential black hole, you know how it is. I don't know nothing unless it's like Mega Man, and even then, if it's like some obscure Mega Man mobile port, I'll be like, oh wow, that's crazy. Funny out of character. You know, some things just fit. I mean, you know, I definitely named myself with the last name of Icarus on purpose, and I love the whole, like, Greek fable of Icarus because it's relatable. Definitely was not intentional for how I play video games, with a sense of, I'm gonna fuck it we ball, and if it goes badly, and, you know, it's just a problem for me, like, not preparing enough, you know? It's my motto that Icarus flying too close to the sun and dying was just a skill issue. He could have just piloted the damn wings better, crashed a little bit more elegantly, and or just, like, why did he not have a spaceship? He should have just prepared more. He should have waited to break out of the prison that he was in there for eternity anyways. Wasn't like he was gonna get executed the next day. Could have just waited, you know, better wings, more materials, you know. Him and Daedalus could have made a better break for it, but, you know, no, they decided to be impatient and go for it. Alright, if we do this stage quickly, that means I don't have to be here as long, and I might actually finish the damn game up. Oh, that was close. Thanks for missing your wall jump, X. Alright, well, we gotta take out this bastard. Did I say Rush Marine? What? Hopefully I didn't say Rush Marine in a fucking X game. Hold on. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. Not switching to 0. Using bees. Yeah. Oh, that bee wanted to go places. Zero. He has Fish Fang. Yeah, he can use Fish Fang. Yeah. I'm forgetting I can vertical air dash because X looks like this. He doesn't look like X3, you know, the only other game where he can just do that. He doesn't have all the armor. His J's just are creased, you know? They don't look right. I only remember it in life-saving situations such as these. The Cassandra myth relatable. Oh, you were referencing a... Okay. See? I wouldn't understand the phone game. I have to remember the Cassandra Knight thing again, because I know there's also, like, the, you know, people talk about how it's like a, oh, what's the expression? Not like an Oedipus complex. It was like a... Oh, like a Sisyphean task, being one that is just repetitive over and over again. You're never going to make any progress on it, though. You just feel trapped by it. I like the Tumblr interpretation of, like, well, what would an Icarian task be? Well, an Icarian task be is that you know you're going to suffer and crash and burn for this later, so you might as well have fun while you're doing it. Which, you know... doesn't describe my long-term philosophy and goals in life, but it hella describes my short-term goals and philosophies. I know I can horizontal air dash. I think it's just because I could do it with 0, and, like, I think it basically just becomes part of X's default kit in, like, you know, later X games, so... Okay, now I can go in here. Well, maybe I can tank this first, because... Oh, well, hold on. Zero, you can go ahead. Be the buddy. Get the hit in. Yeah, knock back this stupid asshole. Okay, there we go. Good stuff. This complex. I could barely afford an Oedipus apartment, but I'm Tish. I don't have the soundboard up right now. Damn it. Go a little bit early today. Good news that you have a day off tomorrow. Oh, congrats, Chris. Very good. I just had my day off today for American Memorial Day. I spent today, one of the things, Signal and 3 payments. The one thing I did today that felt a wee bit special was that I actually went out for ice cream today. Just because I really had like an ice cream fixation for like the last couple days. Also, I know I'm going to die on this stage, so let's just take a game over. Like, I really wanted to go to a place nearby that could like give me a cookie butter dip for some soft serve. But when I went over to the line, it was like just way too long. Like, I know it was possible because like this is a place that just flat out like sometimes has a line going around the corner, or very frequently has a line that goes around the corner. So I knew I might have been disappointed, and I almost gave up on getting ice cream anywhere else. Like, just really wanted soft serve. Most of the places I know around here are hard serve, but I had a brief moment where I'm like, okay, my side quest was also to go to the nearby market and get some toilet paper anyways. It's like the one item that I needed. On my way there, I remembered that across the street from the market, there is a different ice cream place, and it has soft serve stuff there. And so I got a very interesting, it's kind of like an Indian ice cream place, so it was like, they had a pistachio saffron soft serve swirl, which was really surprisingly good. And I liked it quite a bit because of, like, I tend to like very savory flavors, and so like a kind of savory sweet like that was really quite delicious. You had like the saffron was like kind of forward with like the top notes that were savory, and the pistachio had like a nice like you know, the mid/later notes on your tongue that were savory. Very good. Will do again. I'm not normally someone who's like a big fan of like pistachio ice cream. Oh right, I don't remember how to do this section. I guess that's a vertical jump. Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen an Indian ice cream place before either, but you live in enough cities, eventually you'll find enough interesting things. Barely make it up to that. Okay. Right, I forgot how much more of a pain in the ass this section is, Vex, but kinda worth it for not having to do is to not fight Gareth. Seeing a crab in the negative space of the background tiles. I can kind of see it in the positive space. too. No, I can kind of... Yeah, no, I see the little two pincers that are up on those blocks up there. You're right. You're right. A Cold Stone near you? That shit is straight bussin'. Cold Stone's pretty good. I do remember enjoying myself a Cold Stone. Thankfully, the local places near me are actually, like, the best things that I could go for. It's always nice when you have something local that's, like, actually the shit. But Cold Stone is a pretty good chain all around. I mean, it's one of those few things that's, like, you know, even in an airport, it's like, oh yeah, Cold Stone kind of hits. I mean, sometimes you don't want to be getting all messy like that in an airport, but, you know. Other times, you have nothing else to do but wait, and it's later at night, so fuck it, Cold Stone time. Hey! Aw, Light, you don't want to give me anything because I don't have the head parts. Okay. I expected that, but I wanted to check anyways. Having so much trouble with Gareth, fought him 3 times. I mean, look, when you just, like, dash slash into him and remember that that is a separate move with different weaknesses, it's not, like, you just melt his ass, but I don't know, at the same time, it's just kind of like, Berkana, you literally just have to shoot her very slowly moving balls to not get trapped in them. And Gareth, he actually has a pretty quick attack from the ceiling in a game where the dash function barely functions. So, like... Okay, wait a minute, hold on. So now my shit doesn't make any sense. How am I supposed to jump? What? Alright, well, look at me. Now I talk shit on Berkana and all of a sudden... Oh, right, it's because I'm just supposed to spam my power shots. I'm not supposed to actually try to charge anything. Yay, bullet spam! Truly an elegant solution to anything, any problem. And she's dead. The icon of sin is in the background. I mean, I think this is his cousin, the icon of Din. I mean, that's still pretty chaotic, just in a different language. Wow, would you look at that? There's more game left of this game. Oh, goody. What happened to Zero? I didn't see him come out. You are the ones who made that noise. You're a mouse in the house. Sigma! But this time, I have to thank you for doing that. Actually, Berkana went too far. Whoa, Sigma? Although, she did help me by keeping me entertained for a while. Hee. It was you who started the incident, Sigma! Now is not the time for talk. That was the time to destroyed. Couldn't finish this game off without one more critical typo. You know, that I'm going to destroy... Terrible line delivery. Time to be destroyed. I'm going to destroy you. It actually sounds like fucking Zach Hadel writing genuine, dialogue for like how if Sigma misspeaks on something, he's just being like, it's time to be destroyed. I mean, I'm going to destroy you. Like, he's like actually recovering from a flub in the words he's saying. It's so bad. How dare you? Go for it. Foo foo wah ha 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 ha. I'll be waiting for you. Wah ha 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 ha. Now I get to be the giant reploid. Cool surprise. Sigma finally gets to make all the rules. Oh yeah, this is clearly just a precursor to Sigma's insanity in X6. You're so right. Okay, spikes. Actually, let's give the bomb bee a chance. Also, kind of now realizing that Hornet Chaser is just kind of a nerf version of Bomb Bee from this game. Kind of don't like that. Oh, Tunnel Rhino without walls, you say? Oh, no. Never mind, there's walls. Fuck it. It sucks, actually. It's boring. Just kidding. I don't want this to be harder. Why would I want it to be harder? This game's already been miserable. Oh, he was actually weak to bees. I didn't expect that. Why would this guy be weak to bees? Oh my god, he's like severely allergic to bees. He has a fucking bee allergy, dude. Yeah, we're familiar with the gibberish speak in X6 being intentional. I like the idea that, Sigma's corrupted from being revived so many goddamn times. They won't just let him live, or let him die. Kind of a shame that that doesn't get explored again in any other X game. Dropped pretty much instantly. But, X games, story, potential, always have trouble actually using their potential. Nothing too surprising. Oh, and I'm out of that. Okay. Whatever. just spam him down with pellets. Super high damage pellets. Rhino's the closest analog to Buffalo, who is also weak to bees. Well, yes. I mean, he's more weak to bombs, but I guess these are also an option when you charge it up. Oh, well, you're not going to be weak to your own weapon. I mean, right? This isn't Mega Man 3, right? Okay. How about Tornado Fang? If I can remember that, again, there's still no dash button in this game. Okay, no, he's not weak to Tornado Fang. Zero! You certainly have something that will probably work against him. Maybe Fish Fangs? Yeah, Fish Fang! Pretty sure fish... Well, no, fish... Do fish have teeth? I think some fish have teeth. I don't think that's a defining feature of fish, but I'm pretty sure it's a feature of some fish. Oh wait, that's right. Sharks is fish, so that would make sense. Does make the fire wave actually? Oh, potato. He's a megafauna that deals with parasites on the daily. Yeah, sure. I guess we can justify it that way. Yeah, and you have X7's damage tables, which are just as screwy as, I think of which damage table is, like, really screwy. I mean, X2's, or, you know what, I don't have the brain power for this. We're gonna just abort that thought real quick. Looks like a Roadrunner? He kind of always looks like a Roadrunner. In my opinion, anyways. So doesn't really care so much for that. And I'm out of ammo and 0. Okay, well, it's fun while it lasted. Yeah, Voltornado's got the multi-hit damage. They just also, I don't know, that's like one of the few decent weapons in X7, so maybe it's like the one they designed first, and then it's like, oopsie, wait a minute. Nothing else compares. Oh, it's this asshole again. You know what? Hold on. I bet you can find something that cuts him up. Probably not that. I bet it's Sonic Slicer. I probably just haven't used... Oh, no. Actually, wait a minute. That's already Hornet's weakness. Oh, and I'm out of it anyway, so never mind. It's that fucking cephalopod that I hate. Nope, not good enough. Still couldn't escape. And I gotta die. I have to do this, otherwise I game over and I lose. Because that's my punishment for not switching over to X quickly enough. Apparently. Please let me switch over to X. Thank you. Stupid fucking game. I do think one of the interesting like damage tables is actually like with Mega Man 11, my personal favorite Mega Man game. Like, Tundra Blast does surprisingly good damage to literally everything. I mean, I guess they just decided to buff it for the fact that like it is they decided to buff it for the fact that like it's, you know, super short range, but like it's of course, it's not weak to the one that would actually make him easier to hit. But, like, it is just pretty funny just how much, getting close to somebody will actually rip them up for, using Tundra Blast. Like, I think it does, like, a consistent 3 damage to, like, every single boss. And then much more to, Torchman, obviously. All Mega Man 11s do a little bit good damage? Yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess that one just tends to catch... I guess that one's just ingrained in my memory because I watched Bear play it, and Bear just happened to think Arctic Blast was like the move to use against everything, because it was like just the first thing that they tried against every single boss. And it just seemed to do almost weakness damage, so I was like, fuck it, maybe that's cool. Yeah, Thunderstorm does rule. I like that it's a screen clearing weapon option that also gives you the option of not doing a screen clear. Wow! Mammoth gets really shredded by having the Buster Plus upgrades. That was pathetic, even by Mammoth standards. The only special weapon you're using is Axel's Pandemonium gun. I mean, yeah, no, the fucking grenade launcher's really good. But, like, don't sleep on, you know, the Dark Arrow thing for Axel either. That's good for things when they're not occasionally in range. The Ice Gatling is just really, you know, an upgrade, straight upgrade to your basic gun. What else am I thinking of? You know, Optic Sunflower's ray gun. That one just multi-hits everything and gets you insane combos and damage. Real good. Hi, Sigma. He's gonna talk out the side of the mouth like this, you see? I'm pleased to see you. Now I'll delete your soul forever. Okay, yeah, fast Sigma in a game where I can't dash quickly. The thermostat. No. See, that's the thing that you... Oh, cool. Big, huge body that looks like shit. No, the thermostat is the thing that, the fire and ice Pokemon have. It's the hidden 7th stat that determines, like, what type they are. If it's right in the middle, it's normal type. So, let's see. Sigma's got really pointy feet, big spikes on his knees, blue hand for some reason. He should probably get that checked out. He put a lion on his chest because he's sponsored by Brave, the internet browser, and his head is kind of just barely poking out, doing that signature shit-eating grin. Yeah, the shit-eating. It seems that I've underestimated you. The playtime is over. Now I'll bring this to an end. Yeah, okay, bud. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, just rush forward right at me. So this is a put that beast in the situation kind of moment. Alright, what is he weak to? Is it bees? It's not bees. Strike chain? No. Sonic Slicer? I only got one of those. Nope. Drills? Not. What if he was purple? What if he just said random bullshit go? 0. How about you, bud? Got any fun slashes for us? Nope. Is this just a survive for a while kind of situation? Or am I like fucked? Or what's going on here? I mean, at least Sigma's doing something. He's putting up a kind of a challenge. Okay, he's changing color and going back to this again. I'm gonna guess that this is a survive-a-thon kind of situation. In which case, I'm gonna switch back to X. Only takes damage from the character that matches his color. That is the dumbest fucking thing in the world when he has so many different palette swaps and I don't have all the weapons in the world. Like, I don't have Sonic Slicer, so I can't do anything here. Oh, great. Now he's just doing this again. So, like... What, am I just boned? Am I punished for using weapons in the fucking boss refights? Bank only 0. Okay, and then he started off yellow at first, which that throws me for a loop. Okay, so he doesn't have an actual health bar. He just kind of has some bullshit going on, where he's just gonna flash every once in a while. X, you have shot me in the dick! How could you? You have to hit the lion face? Oh, cool. Great, how am I supposed to do that as 0? Fun fact, you don't. That makes sense. It does look like the glaring weakness, but... No, delete your soul forever. Yeah, okay, Sigma. Cool, I can barely get to the wall in time, because it doesn't have a fucking bash button. At the very least, it looks like I'm on track to be done with this game tonight. And no, I'm not doing the boss rush mode, thank you for asking. X, could you please leave the wall? I'm pressing the damn jump button. Tornado Fang, Marine Tornado, and the Saber. Well, didn't seem like he was really taking much from either of those. Okay, so what, I gotta wait now for him to be done with this bullshit. Oh, I got a full health refill. That's nice of the game. Not nice of the game to pin me in like this. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm just noticing something. Okay, no, I thought I could, like, charge that again? No, now's not the time. No time for that shit, X. Well, I can barely jump high enough to 0 to hit him with a slash. And most of the time, there's bullet spam anyways. Michael Jordan? Oh, he can go to the other side, and... Okay. Okay, thanks, Sigma. No, 0, you have slashed me in the dick. How could you do this to me? Get the rhythm right on that first, then he's just gonna corner you. Complain, complain, complain. All I feel like I'm doing is complaining. My eyes, my corneas. Oh, I actually have to hit him when he's doing that. Okay, I guess that makes sense. This game is just as bad as Mega Man 2 for your ocular health. That's pretty bold of the game. And I have to do the whole robots again. Not anything in my sub tanks. This game great, guys. So anybody hear any good jokes lately? I got one for you. What do you call a device that's on your shoe? You call it a shoe hickey. Thanks for coming to the Crash Icarus stream. I think I've meant to make that joke like 6 times upon getting like the foot parts in between Xtreme 1 and Xtreme 2, and I've forgotten every single time to do that because there's always some other bullshit on my mind. So, fuck it, we're making it now. How would vertical air dashing help me? Okay, I guess it means I wouldn't have to charge shot. Fine, you got me there. Vertical air dashing is not part of my normal kit for X. I don't get it. It's not something I think of. Like, I hardly, if ever, use it in X3, except for, like, when I have to use it to get through the Sigma shaft. And, so I'm just not tuned to using vertical air dash. It just does not come to me naturally. I don't ever find a use for it in, like, the good game that it's in. And like, well, I'm not thinking about using it for the lion face because I have charge split shot nonsense that does that for me. I don't even have to do that, and I can just keep maneuvering through the bullets like I'm normally used to. I think Zero's just not gonna make a hit appearance for this boss rush because spamming bullets is way more effective, costs way less of my health. I can actually refill my sub-tanks much easier doing this. Hey, Scorebar. Playing baseball one day, and at one point you were facing directly towards the ball, and you noticed it was getting bigger and bigger as you continue to stare. Then it hit you. You're dead now. Is this an analogy on Crash's gameplay at Xtreme 2? Find out the next time. Oh yeah, X also like is made of not glass because he actually got stuff. Good for him. Okay, Ostrich's head is apparently not a hitbox. He's got headshot immunity. Oh, hey, don't, let me also remind everybody, don't let my pessimism get to you right now, because we'll end this week on a high note, because we're gonna be watching the Ruby Spears cartoon in the Discord on Saturday, so, if you have time that night, please show up. It'll be good because I haven't seen the Ruby Spears cartoon in a very long time, and that will be something we can all laugh at for how corny it is. I genuinely do think it's a pretty good show. It's just got a thick layer of, you know, 90s cheesiness laid on top of it, which kind of is part of the charm. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's the only thing that stops me from calling it, you know, absolute cinema, but, you know, it is an entertaining watch nonetheless, so I would hope to see as many of you as possible there. The bird ain't got no brain in there. Yeah, he can dodge. That's how he dodges it. So some people think that having a big brain is better. Meanwhile, an ostrich with the small brain, it can dodge incoming attacks more easily. These fucking ride armor guys with the slowest reaction speed in the world. Yeah, Ruby Spears is just way better than Captain N just for that consideration alone. The fact that the Robot Masters actually look normal, and also better than Fully Charged for that matter, because they're not weird little freaks that don't resemble their official art in any capacity. Whatever. Play sloppy. You give me a heal after this anyways, because who needs to have the game design be tight when the controls are not tight? I think Ruby Spheres also has like just a fun sense of like sound design too, and like Robot Master variety. Like, yeah, Wily has his core team, but also like, I don't know, he does a lot with all of them, and shows off a lot of his different ones, and it's very satisfying hearing the Robot Masters kind of just clump together like big pieces of junk. Oh, I have to hit him in the lion face for him to start doing shit? Okay, I guess that's supposed to be the tutorial. Okay, now it's Zero's turn. Ow, my eyes. Ow, my eyes. Please. I hope the Switch vertical? I hope the Switch Virtual Console got a fucking re-release of this that reduced eye flash. Oh, a new attack. Cool. Yeah, okay, cool, Sigma. What am I supposed to fucking do about that? You tell me. What is that supposed to accomplish? I mean, besides, you know, just the killing me part, what's that supposed to test me on? Wood and Skull fully charged? You'll have to post those in the Discord. I'll have to give my verdict on them later. Alright, and he's dead, right? There's no third phase of this? Oh, yeah, give me those souls, Sigma. I want them. I need, like, the extra 50 cents to get home. It's bus fare. Oh, thank God, we're done. Are you alright, Zero? Yeah, I am. Hey, look at that! The DNA Soul are returning! Subject-verb agreement. The hollow reploids will come to life. Probably. Everything is over now. X, Zero! The hollow reploids are coming to life one by one! Wow, Iris, it's just like I said. Wait, no. Wait, no, I said that, Zero. No, shut up, X. Iris, rescue the reploids in cooperation. What the fuck does that even mean, Zero? That doesn't make any sense. We have to express our thanks to Iris. Right, she was very helpful. She guided us through like 3 text boxes. I feel sorry that her first job as a Maverick Hunter was like this. The Colonel will blame me. Wait, dude, I'm not even gonna ask at this point. I have to rant about this game. I can't just spend every single second talking about how this shit stops making sense. What was so bad about this mission in particular? Whatever. The Colonel, but I believe the experience will be helpful when she returns back to the Reploid Force. The Repla Force. Anyway, let's go back. We're done here. Okay. Good Man with Shadow Man. Oh, okay, that sounds like a pretty cool design then. Actually, I probably already posted in the Discord. Let me take a look at that while the credits roll. Okay, yeah, no, they go pretty hard. And Skullman looks like Laserman from the, from Battle Network, sort of. Alright, anyways, yeah, my thoughts on this game are not positive. I think this might be the second worst Mega Man game I've played on stream so far, in my opinion. This game bugs the ever-loving shit out of me in so many aspects. You've already heard me complain endlessly about how the controls in this game just do not make sense. Oh, hold on, Iris has something to say. Supreme job! Now that Sigma's been defeated, true peace has been restored, so now I have a present for you. This is an awesome mode where you fight against 8 bosses. How fast can you defeat them? I don't care, Iris. Goodbye. Shut up. I'm gonna tell you to shut up faster than Zero tells you to shut up in X4. Can I let me just get the sound test real quick. Option sound test and BGM. I don't know, how about 12? No. 13? Yeah, 13's good. That's somber music for this. Alright. So, Yeah, no, the controls in this game are a disaster. Just not having a dash button and having to command dash for every time you want to have any air momentum that isn't just an air dash is abysmal. It makes it so hard to actually get away from things that would otherwise be trivial to get away from in like a normal X game. The individual X and Zero missions are not really anything to write home about. Like, they are inoffensive enough. They're fine. Although you still have some of, like, the kind of crappy-ish level design. I don't know. They weren't as bad doing that. And the fact that the bosses are a lot more fairly balanced in the individual missions is okay. But, like, you're still going to be fighting the controls the whole time. You're not going to have either character kitted out, or you're going to have one of the two characters not kitted out very much. So, like, the boss, this stupid Sphinx tank boss, is going to be much harder to take on with only one of your guys having any real power. And then balance, so, and, like, then on extreme mode, you know, the mode that's like an actual Mega Man game, there are bosses like Neon Tiger that are effectively unchanged with the exception of like one really hurty lunge attack that he gets like in desperation. And then you have motherfuckers like Launch Octopus on the other end who have a topspin attack that makes him invincible the whole time, sucks you in, and has a full vertical hitbox. So unless you somehow manage to get like barely get over him. I managed to do it exactly once as X, where like I waited for him by the wall, did a like dash, like a very well-timed air dash over him, and landed on the other side of him with just enough time to start spamming dash in the other direction. You are not dodging that, and that is dealing like half of your health bar. Well, maybe not that much, but a lot of fucking damage. And then comboing you because you can't get out of it when you fucking get hit by it the first time because it sucks you in. So the bosses are not well designed in this game. And then you have, on the other hand, once you have enough credits or, you know, DNA souls or whatever, you then become God, the destroyer of worlds. The Death the Destroyer of Worlds, because now all of your pellet shots do like 7 damage, and your ultimate saber slashes do about the same. So you just shred through everything at that point. So the War of Attrition really only still matters on Octopus, because he still has a ludicrously overpowered attack, but everybody else is then paper and doesn't stand a chance. The rest of the game design might as well not exist. The item game in this is bad for the sense that you can lock yourself out of items. The fact that you can then make X worse permanently by not allowing him to have parts because you picked up the head part. And what the fuck else am I missing? What else was I getting pissed at as I played this game? Weird glitchy jank sometimes with like the moving orange platform thingies. Random shit that shouldn't be there, like a waterfall pushing you down and Vault Catfish the stage. Whatever the fuck, however you're supposed to fucking dodge Vault Catfish, sure. And like, sure, it's nice because of what the flaws of this game, that it throws you a bone and just fully recharges your health between Sigma 1 and Sigma 2. Why does it do that, though? Like, if it was a better designed game, none of the other X games do that. I mean, I guess Extreme 1 does that too, but at least it gives you a little level interlude, so it, like, isn't as jarring. Then there's also, like, I mean, the typos are funny, but the typos are, like, really critically bad typos. Like, come on, the intro cutscene says that this is the island where the research lavatory is. Not even the laboratory. They had to excise one letter from that to get that typo, and change another level. The shop system also has things that are overpriced, and like no options for Zero, which is weird. So those are like, there's probably more negative things that I could think of if I really delved in the back of my mind, but I'm not feeling like that right now. A couple of positive things for this game: the music is good. It's really good, like simplified renditions of a lot of the songs from, you know, the tracks from the given games. There is also, like, the graphics, they do look pretty good for Game Boy stuff. I like that there are new original stages, even if most of the time they're just kind of there, not really improvements on the original stages. Like, they have gimmicks. Like, I like that Vault Catfish's stage has a gimmick, unlike just how X3 is usually just, you know, rip and tear through generic enemies until, you know, you get to the end. Some of the gimmicks don't really feel all that impactful necessarily, and then some stages are just one-to-one recreation, so this game doesn't know what the hell it wants to do. The weapons don't feel necessary half the time. Like, again, it's cool that you can tag team in, but I also forget that I need them, or would even want to use them, because usually one person solves the other's problems, and then, unless you're trying to do weakness order before you get, like, the buster parts or the saber parts, then like, that's the only real application against them, because the buster's just better against everything. Like, Zero's techniques, some of them actually come in handy, but, like, that's just kind of how it usually goes. Just make Zero a better character. He doesn't have infinite ammo on them, which kind of stinks, but I mean, at least it's a little bit of a balanced situation for that. I'm trying to say the positive things about this game, but I end up complaining again. There's also horrible eye strain too in, like, the starting boss and in the intro boss and Sigma, which didn't do that for the other bosses. Why did they suddenly make your eyes bleed in those two situations? Is there anything else good I can say about this game? I don't know. I feel like that for me right now, that feels like the well is run pretty dry. The damage tables against the enemies feels alright. Nothing feels overly tanky or everything's made of paper. Then you also have weird jank with, like, the ride armors being inconsistent between the two guys, and the hitboxes on the ride armors also being inconsistent between the two guys. X's being egregiously small for some reason. Two of Zero's parts doing nothing in his own campaign is funny. Introducing an egregious ride bike segment. Yeah, I do not like this game. You're telling me that the Xtreme might actually kill me. We'll see if having a dash button just fixes, like, half of my problems. Rakana has good design. Yeah, I like Rakana and Gareth as characters, but of course, you know, that's a plus, but then X Series immediately comes in the, how about we never utilize this? How about we miss potential? Yep, that's the X Series for you. And, okay, a villain that can manipulate DNA souls. Could have been cool, but, like, that's, again, more missed potential. Did that have any relevance to the gameplay? like, really think about that. It's really just like how Mega Man 8 has the evil energy MacGuffin, and that literally only serves to, like, be the plot engine for why Duo's here, and you don't even, like, get, you know, how Mag Mammal 3 had the one cool level, like, that recognized, like, oh yeah, we've never done that. Let's make the evil energy factory and make it so we can have enemies that buff up on the evil energy. That's crazy. How about that? But this game does fuck all with the DNA souls. They're just drops. Like, you don't even find any, like, zombie reploids or, like, you know, mechanoids that are powering up using DNA souls. It's a completely nothing burger of a plot element. It just serves as the bolt replacement. Yeah, it's... X-Series really needs a game that lets you play with all the toys in the sandbox. That's kind of X6, a little bit. It's just the same that the sandbox is kind of made out of, like, the shittiest balsa wood you could find, and, like, it can be fun to play with if you just like playing in a pit of sand. Which I do, but, you know, X6 has its problems, too. But it's still a significantly more fun game than this, because at least it controls well. Like, X6 is a disaster, but at least controls well, and you feel powerful, like, to a reasonable degree. It's still fun. This game's not fun, because you feel like shit playing it. Like, you might get your ass handed to you in the Zero series, but at the very least, like, it's, you know, you're also powerful in return once you get the hang of things. this game is such a downgrade from the Xtreme 1. Like, I gave Xtreme 1, like, maybe a 7 out of 10 previously, because it's not very original, and, like, you know, it's not essential gaming, and that's still true. I still like playing Xtreme 1 a lot more for, like, just the fact that, like, all the weapons feel good. I actually want to use the weapons. The stage design is already good because it's just a ripoff of the SNES game, so, like, it's not reinventing the wheel. You know, hello, indie dev, you can leave the room at any time. You don't need to reinvent this wheel. It's a perfectly good wheel, except to replace indie dev with Capcom. I still don't understand why they took rid of the option to make the start button the dash, because they said you needed to be able to swap things on the fly. You don't need that. It's not essential. The dash is essential. I can't stop harping on how bad it is that you don't have a dash in this game. Like, you don't have a dash button. Like, it feels like such an insignificant thing. So many other, like, games are, like, fine not having a dedicated dash button. Like, not just in the Mega Man series, where Mega Man Base does it flawlessly, but also just in, like, you could just probably name another game that makes the dash controls make more sense than doing command dash. Nobody likes this shit. Why are you dedicating to it? And also the fact that they get rid of, like, your wall jump dash also makes you way less agile. Sure, you have an air dash that works on command, you can double jump for that, and that's great, but, like, it doesn't offer the same maneuverability all the time, and that becomes a problem. I could literally keep ranting about the same 4 things, like, all night. So I am instead going to just stop here and just say my score for this game is somewhere in, like, the 3 out of 10 to 4 out of 10 range. I don't even usually go that low on my out of 10 rankings, because usually, like, a 6 out of 10 is, like, yeah, this game is, like, not below average. You might enjoy it if you, like, you know, enjoy this specific kind of, like, exactly this kind of gameplay, or, like, you know, maybe a better iteration of it elsewhere. 4 out of 10 is, like, this is just a bad experience. You're not gonna have fun with it, I guess, no matter what. And 3 is like encroaching upon, like, miserable experience. There is very little to be had here. There's maybe something. Maybe if you're sick and twisted, you might find something fun out of it. But, like, I would only ever recommend a Mega Man fan play this if they just want to know what the hell Ailey is talking about in X6. There is no good reason to play this game without some kind of mod, at least. This game is giving me a conniption. I'm very sweaty, and I now need to, like, go shower because this game has made me sweat so much, like, out of just, like, frustration. Yeah, Capcom does not do enough with their cool X series idea. Part of it's the budget, part of it's the bad writing, part of it's just the dev cycle being really short, because, you know, all the X games were designed to be, like, this was in the peak, alright, Mega Man is our, like, shovelware SLOP, let's put something out every year kind of game, but let's not put any budget in it, and let's put, like, the C team on these games. And yeah, you could tell this one was maybe a bit of a C team project. It feels like it fits in with the kind of back-to-back disasters of X5 and X6. It really does have that PS1 era stank to it. At least in my opinion. I'm sure somebody likes this game, and I'm probably rage baiting the hell out of somebody. But, you know, I'm also the person who thinks X4 is not that good because it's got balance problems with the fact that it's just too easy as X, and kind of a pain in the ass as 0. But, like, I would still happily play X4 over this any day. So, yeah, no, I'm so glad to be done with Xtreme 2. I'm sad that it took me an extra hour, and I'm probably gonna have a hard time falling asleep here, but I guess that's just life. So, sorry for an unusually negative stream, everyone, but, yeah, this game kind of brought out the worst in me. This hasn't happened since X7. This is kind of some trash on my list. I'm probably putting this around Mega Man 2, if not below. I would rather play Mega Man 3 over this. I'm not sure if I'd rather play Mega Man X or Mega Man 2 over this. And Mega Man 2 makes me angry in a passive way, while this game makes me actively angry, which is a problem. But yeah, that's sorry, but I hope it was at least entertaining, seeing me get angry at video games, right? That's how Let's Play started getting popular, right? So, good God. We'll be back tomorrow with Freedom Planet 2. And then next week, we will start up a different Mega Man game. We're going to do Zook Hero Z, because Grim tells me I should give it a shot. And given the fact that it at least manages to do dashing like Mega Man and Bass does dashing, which is adequate, maybe I'll enjoy it. It'll be very funny if I enjoy that more than Xtreme 2. We'll start with that next week, and then of course we have to get back to the Doom submissions as well. And then this weekend we're going to be watching the Ruby Spears cartoon in the voice chat in Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, if you're not there already, then come around and we'll actually have a good time watching something and, doing a light roast, but also probably going, fuck yeah, Mega Man, shoot Cutman in the chest. That's so cool. We love Mega Man. So yeah, do that. Interact with the video, because interaction helps the algorithm actually pick me up and we get more people, and it's great. And they can see me have baby rage at Baby Game. And I guess there's socials to follow if you want to do that as well. You can all find out in the description, because wherever it all is. Yeah, so have a good night, everybody. I'm going to try to cool off for the night, and I think we'll have a better time with Freedom Planet 2 tomorrow. We'll cool off then, because we're playing as Nira. Haha, it's the ice powers. Stop and freeze. There's a powered up reference. Okay. Good night, everyone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.